What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of 2 a.m. in Sweden. I am one of your hosts of the show, Hayes, with the special guest, the other host of the show, the great himself, who was talked about all day at work today, Steven at Steven_Springs. Steven, how's life going? How's everything treating you?
Where did my name come from today?
Penn State stuff, like
Oh, word.
usual.
Okay. Um,
It was just like,
so I
how's your
have
friend that went to Penn State?
fair. I have a story that I have not told you yet. I'm sending you a video
Okay.
of the story. So Saturday I was about to head to the gym, and my boy texted me the video I just sent you. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and our gym flooded. There was a pipe burst, sprinkler, and you can tell. Bro, look at that. That's crazy. Like water was over the entire gym. Like our neighborhood gym is like is a hotel gym on steroids, basically.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. There's one of everything, bunch of cardio machines, all that. I mean, it's like a house. Um,
Mm-hmm.
a nice 8,000 square foot house. Entire gym was flooded, and it was very unexpected. We've had all the prolonged temperatures and the teens and all that. So I don't know, but people asking me like, how long do you think it's gonna be closed? Like a week or two? I'm like, no, this is gonna be closed for 3 months at least, 2 or 3
You think
months for
so?
sure, bro. They got to go in. It was a pipe burst, like sprinkler system, which they just redid like 5 years ago. They got to go in,
Mm-hmm.
check it out, see what they might have to replace a whole bunch of shit. Who knows? And then there's like the chance that there's mold in there, like all that you got to worry about. And then you gotta get quotes for it because it's an HOA, right? So like they gotta get
Yep.
quotes
Yeah.
for it. They gotta get all that shit together. They have the money in the bank, so they're not hurting for it. So they have to do all that. They gotta rip up the floor, see what's going on underneath the floors. They got probably gotta do all that, right? I know
Mm-hmm.
nothing about anything that they have to do. I'm just like common sense would say. They gotta probably rip the walls open, dude. They got the floors were just covered in water. They gotta rip the floorboards up. They gotta do all of that. And then they gotta then they gotta get the person to come out. That's probably gonna take a whole month or so. So
Yep.
I told people we're dipping in the summertime before the gym's open, but this is gonna be an ongoing thing. So obviously your boys gotta keep hitting the weights. So need to find a new gym. I found one in our neighborhood, conveniently enough.
There's another one.
Yeah, your boy doesn't like to leave the neighborhood.
Yeah.
There's three of them. So we have like our neighborhood gym that you need, that you have to be a resident to use. And then there's like three other fitness places. There's two like regular gyms and then another uh like fitness place. I don't know fucking know how to call it. Um,
Mhm.
but dude, all I need is a bench, a couple racks, some dumbbells, a couple machines. I'm good to go, right? So found this gym, dude is let me do 70 for the first month and then pay for what I need after that. So
$70?
that's better than going to Lifetime and spending 200 bones a month or something
Lifetime
else.
is 200?
I think so, yeah. At least the one near me. But 70, I'm like, whatever, dude. Like, I need a place to go, right?
Yeah.
Like 70
You're
bucks.
right.
Look, man, like we're adults here. We're not hurting for it, 70 bucks,
Yeah.
gladly do it. And like, again, I don't know how long it's gonna be closed. Gonna keep track of this, but fuck,
Damn.
of all things,
That's
dude.
a
Of all things,
yeah.
might as well be
You
my
know,
house.
that's the thing I always wonder about when these different issues happen and you're like, you had the whole time to check on it. Y'all could have made sure all of this was good the whole time. And like, do you take the equipment out? Do you end up
Yeah,
where's
that's
the
the other
equipment going?
thing.
Because you gotta rip up the floor.
Yeah, that's the other thing, dude. They expanded some of the gym already. And they were gonna get new machines, but like they probably got to replace all the cardio shit because it was underwater. They got to replace all that.
Jeez. Yeah.
So they're gonna have to do it anyways. Like, and all their cardio machines were old and like out of service anyways. So like, maybe it's like a blessing in disguise, but it's such an inconvenience, dude.
Yeah.
Such a first world problem though, But
No, yeah, a lot of
nonetheless,
people just be outside.
it's a massive inconvenience in my days.
Yeah.
So
No.
that's what we got right now. Oh,
So
and real quick, I'm also chaperoning a field trip for my daughter's class on Friday.
oh, okay.
So yeah,
Oh,
dude,
where is this?
she's in third grade, so she's
Uh-huh.
8. There's 8 and 9 year olds. I think there's multiple chaperones obviously because there's like 25 kids. Your boy can't handle
Mhm.
25 kids. The boy can barely handle 2. So that's on Friday. It's like an hour and 45 minutes or so, maybe 2 hours. I gotta take them.
Away,
I
or that's how long it is?
I literally have to walk them across the street. They're going to the high school to watch a play that they like came up with. I don't even know. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Um, but it's whatever. So that'll be a story. Hopefully, I'm sure something's gonna happen. Some kid's gonna throw up. Some kid's gonna have fucking the boys are gonna start brawling or some shit like that is gonna happen.
Yep.
So I'll have a story for that next week probably.
Bro, it's funny because if there's one thing that I always thought about when I have kids in, like, a year or two or whenever it is, it's the chaperoning part. I would go on every single damn field trip there is. I don't know if I bring all the kids back. I might lose a kid, but
Nah,
we'll
dude.
we'll.
No. I'm gonna be one and done with this. I'm gonna get it in and we're gonna be out. I'm not doing that ever again.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I don't be responsible for kids, you know?
Other people's kids too.
Bro, it's hard enough to take care of myself and take
Hmm.
care of the people in my house. I feel like coaching was hard enough, dude. Coaching 8 kids was 9 kids, whatever it was hard enough as well. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But if it goes well, maybe we'll consider it in the future. But if
Yeah.
kids start throwing up or whatever and like all shit like that, no.
Hmm. No, I feel you. So we have a couple of things we're going to end up bringing up. For starters, if you look at the bottom, we're trying to work on the banner situation. I'll get this crafted and perfected within the next 2 to 3 weeks or so. We'll play around with it. Steven will end up critiquing it, and we'll make sure to get it perfect. Second, we're bringing it back. So
What is
we're going to
that?
do the drinks. So what we have this week is a Bold Rock Hard Cider Imperial Berry.
Jeez.
So every single week, it's going to be something. That's the goal of this. We're going to do a poll again. I talked about it before. We're going to do a poll for it, but I have this because I have 2 stories we're about to get into.
All right.
The first one, I have been so excited about this. I don't know if Steven saw it. So on my feed, I try not to retweet things if I want to bring it on the show, because sometimes I want to surprise Steven before we end up starting the show.
Sure.
Have you seen this?
What is this? No.
You haven't.
Wait, okay. Let's see it.
So this was probably the funniest thing I've seen in a long time. It's the Clippers and the Rockets. So the Clippers are 25 and 27 for anyone that does not know. I'll roll it through. Do you want the sound on or off?
You can on's fine.
Okay. So it's just a regular inbound, but please pay attention to the whole thing.
He can't do that. He can't do that. Why did the other guy pick it up? Bro. Who's number 8? Who is that? Who are these 2 guys? Bro, what is he doing? And number 8 is pointing at him. Yo, pick it up, bro. Pick it up, bro. I dare you. Turnover. I dare you. What the hell?
That's when you know, Steven.
So
That's the first one, because I don't even know how that's a possible thing that neither of y'all communicated correctly to understand. Yo, you just can't do it. So that's number 1. Number 2, I brought this up to Steven earlier today. So this happened, and this is 15 minutes from my place. I have to drive to and from on this road, 66, to get to work and to get home from work. It's something I've never seen before, and I'm going to explain it to you because I intentionally drove right next to this to see if it's mathematically possible for what happened to happen. A car landed in the metro tracks. That's really what happened. I'll show you this picture. A car landed in the metro tracks. You look all around. The only way for this to mathematically happen is if you have wings or something on this car. There's no, do you see this? Like, there's a ramp on one side, which meant that they had to fly over the ramp. Don't know how that's possible. And then if you end up looking here, this is the other side. So he legit flew over this. I'm saying he, because if you look in here, it ends up finally saying, not in this one, but another one, it says they suspect that he was trying to go for his easy pass monitor, and then this happened. I don't even know, Steven, how you still do this. Like, in which way are you flying?
Okay, so there is gonna be footage of this at some point. Like, I think if you like directly above like right there. They go up straight up. I think it looks like a little camera maybe up there. Like
Oh, okay.
there's gonna be some footage of this. Like coming from the other side. Wait, go back to the other photo. Yeah, I don't know. That's come on, dog. And there's a lot of damage to that car too.
There is. Yeah.
So yeah, I can't wait to see what the footage looks like of this. And
Yeah. So
none of the fencing looks like it's damaged.
that's what I'm
So
saying. But the way he came,
he had to
like
clear
he
it.
flew over it.
Did he definitely come from like where the tow truck is, or
That's
did
the
he?
only way possible.
Uh,
Like at the angle, it had to have come from up here. But the thing is, he couldn't have come from up here because this car would have been slammed. So I don't really know how you ended up in this direction. And then,
Interesting.
mind you, they had to shut down the metro
Oh,
on those 2 to 3 tracks.
bro,
It
and
was
you're
at 1:30.
how are you getting that out? Like
So they end up getting it out. I don't know how you
you just
get it
I
out.
you just gonna yank that bitch out of there?
Yeah.
Little crane action. Jeez, I can't wait to see the footage on that. We need to stay up on this too.
Yeah. So this is one that's on my to-do list. I'll make sure to keep track of this one. Um, those are the main two that I wanted to talk about. The other thing that, because I just have it up already, and then we'll get in everything else. How up to date are you on this whole Darren Peterson situation?
So I watched the game
Hmm.
the other night. So I that's the only reason why I am up on it. It's all over my feed. I can't miss it. So I know what's going on.
Yeah. So my thing with this is another one of the games that he has not played in. For anyone that doesn't know, the only game against top talent or within like the top 15, top 20 was when he played against BYU. Played against BYU because essentially him and AJ have been going back at it since high school. But they played Arizona. He did not play. Other games earlier this year, he did not play as well. Um, a lot of what they're saying is the agent and his group essentially told him in the camp, don't play in this game because we don't want to mess up some of your draft stock. Coming from your perspective, because I know we both watch a ton of either college basketball or college football, what are your thoughts now when agents are telling players not to play in certain games so it doesn't impact their stock?
Well, this is obviously going to turn into a whole thing, right? Like
Hmm.
more so than it has already. And you see how the season finishes out for him and how many games he plays in and what games he plays in and all that. But there's definitely something going on, something fishy going on, right? Like
Yeah,
kids getting paid a ton of money. They want to protect his draft stock. There's something that we're obviously all missing. Because he's not just like he said he had the flu last week or something like that. He was
yeah,
sick.
yep,
He went through warm-ups. He looked all right. I don't know. It's weird though, right? Like this is gonna turn into something probably significant, I would imagine. It
yeah,
feels like it's trending in that direction in a really bad way.
yeah.
So
So,
another thing we're gonna have to stay on top of.
yep. And the big thing with this is they were prospecting him to be a top 3 pick in the
Mhm.
draft. It was him, AJ, and Cam Boozer are the main ones that a lot of different draft stocks are projecting. Then, of course, you have uh, the kid from Houston is another one, and you have a couple others to round out that top 5.
Yeah, that kid from North Carolina.
Yep, yep, him
Uh,
as well.
Caleb Wilson.
Yep. Yeah. So, and that was your top 5 right there.
Yep.
And Darren Peterson is a good player, but again, you can almost, and I'll use this as a segue to go into the Super Bowl because that's what we'll do next. You can almost compare how they're talking about Darren Peterson's game, similar to the Patriots not necessarily playing top competition during
Mhm.
the regular season.
Well,
And they're saying he didn't really play against a lot of top people. The main one was against BYU, and that's because it was someone from high school. So again, this is something we'll stay up to date on. I do want to go into the main thing that happened over the weekend that everyone probably has either watched highlights of, or different things. Seahawks Patriots. We're going to break it down from 3 different standpoints. The first one is, what were your thoughts on the game itself?
I mean, me personally, it's football, dude.
Yeah.
Um, like unbelievable defensive performance by the Seahawks for basically entire game. Like the Pats really got some bonus yards in the fourth quarter when things were wrapped up and they had to start throwing the ball around. But I mean, up until that point, I don't think the Seahawks had allowed like close to 100 yards.
Nope. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, obviously, if you take away the run game, if you're Seattle, you take away the run game and try and make Drake May beat you, like
Mm-hmm.
chances are pretty good. And they got after him too, like from the start.
Mm-hmm.
7 sacks. I mean, great defensive performance. I don't know where it ranks on the all-time list, but that 2013 Seattle defense was better, but this was still like a historic performance. Seahawks was better. Like we all said that. Seahawks was better. Kenneth Walker, bro, you and I have been on Kenneth Walker the entire time.
The entire time. Yeah.
From day one, you and I have been rocking with Kenneth Walker.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Zach Charbonnet injury was a good thing for him. Shout out to him for getting MVP, and then shout out to him also because he's going to get paid this offseason.
Yeah.
He's not like elite out of the backfield like some of the other guys, but like downhill runner, probably one of the better guys in the league. It's good for him. Happy for Sam Darnold, dude. Good for him, man. Good for him.
It is. He deserves it. You can't even be mad at him.
Good. Yeah, he seems
for
like a really good dude too. I'm not sure I've heard anyone say a bad thing about him. But yeah, Seattle was just better. Did you see? I'll get your thoughts on the game, but did you see what Ryan Clark had a list of quarterbacks that he would take over Sam Darnold in the NFC? Did you see that list?
No, I
So,
didn't.
all right, what were your thoughts on the game?
Number one,
so
Kenneth Walker.
first of all, where did you watch the game? Did you watch it? Were you at a party or what?
I was at mine. Yeah.
Who'd you watch the game with?
So I don't want to out too many people out there, but
Sure.
the homies were over and
Okay.
stuff like that.
How many
Yeah.
people?
Like 6 or 7.
That's fair. Okay. Where? At your place?
Yeah.
Sure.
It wasn't supposed to be that way, but it
yeah.
ended up happening that way.
Okay. All right. So, what are your thoughts on the game? The Super Bowl party was a topic leading up to the game for whatever reason.
Do one or what'd you do?
So our neighbors always have a party because it coincides usually with a something in the Asian community, like Lunar New Year or something like that. So they always host
You're the horse,
and
I think, this year.
Make food and do all that stuff. So we just go over there, but yeah, just a bunch of kids. It's loud. You're not really watching the game. Like you are, but like can't hear it. Can't hear what's going on.
So many other things.
Yeah, it's just this 10 kids in the house. But great food, solid pizza, awesome wings, all that kind of good stuff. So
yeah. So my thoughts, because so many people at work have asked me about this, from a defensive perspective, great game. But what I had to tell a lot of people is, if you're trying to attract more people into the game of football and to watch this, it wasn't the game that you would have hoped for in the first half. It was 9-0 at that point. For me, I loved it because it showed you it was a straight chess match. The Patriots could have won until Drake May started making those mistakes. Even when it was 9-0, 12-0, Patriots still had a chance. It wasn't until the pick six that happened and then Drake May's interception that I was like, all right, there's no way for them to end up coming back. And the sacks, yes, I get it. But I have to give so much credit, and we brought this up. The matchup between JSN and Christian Gonzalez lived up to what it was. Christian Gonzalez came into play, even in the end zone. Mm-hmm. Only thing I will say, Sam Darnold did amazing. He got a little happy on that one route, JSN, that he overthrew. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Wide open, dude.
JSN right on the side. Wide open. If that would have hit, two things would have happened. Sam Darnold would have won MVP because it would have been enough for him to end up doing it. And then the other thing is that game would have been over from the jump. Like if that pass was completed, whole game would have been opened up just off of that one alone. But another thing we brought up is they didn't bring Cooper Kupp in for the regular season. They didn't bring him in for the first game of the playoffs. They brought him in for moments like this. And Cooper Kupp showed up. Did you watch the Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce show?
I don't watch it. I see all the highlights and all that. Yeah. Clips.
Okay. So
I do know they had Cooper Kupp on though.
Yes. So that's what I wanted to bring up. But because Cooper Kupp said that the route that AJ Barner ended up scoring the touchdown on.
That is the only clip I have seen of that interview. So I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep.
And that's why I love it, because Cooper Kupp was able to say, and that's the difference between a regular receiver and then him.
How do you think of that?
Because Cooper Kupp said we were about to end up running into each other, so I
I
had to
didn't think
adjust
of
my
that.
route, and then AJ Barner was open. So that's
Mm.
one thing. The other thing, have you they've had some game tape, like live audio from the game, and it was the safeties on the Seattle Seahawks team. They were talking on the sideline of May essentially is giving away a little bit of what he's about to do.
Because he
Like he takes
pauses.
that back step. Yeah, he pauses, he takes a back step, he pauses to think about it, and then he goes. And then they showed a little shade. They were like, unlike Stafford, who just blindly
Right.
does it. And I'm like, I mean, that's the difference.
Who
Like
was that?
Matthew Stafford's just gonna sling it. Love.
Love. Yeah, because he dropped the pick the first time, or
Yep.
had a
And
chance
that's when
at
he
it.
knew.
Yeah.
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 But that's the
Yeah.
stuff I love to see, for them to comment and say those different. Granted, some of them probably knew they were mic'd up, some just they caught the air
Yeah.
of it. But it's one of those of you analyze the game that much that you knew all the way to the back step of his foot
Yep.
that he was about to get ready to throw it.
Yep. Yep. And
So go ahead. What's your thoughts?
this goes back to I remember something Jay Hill told me in the very beginning when he got to the league. Guys aren't always better; they're just smarter. And like just seeing like the footwork and like being able to process that, again, different level of like brain activity.
Yeah.
But I do want to talk about what Ryan Clark said.
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I don't respect Ryan Clark, but I don't respect Ryan Clark. He's always saying some shit, right? Always saying some shit, and like, it bothers me. So this is just the NFC, right? This is just the NFC quarterbacks he's taking over Sam Darnold. It was him, Cam Newton, and Stephen A. And Cam gave one, and I think he had 4 quarterbacks, maybe 3 on the list. So I forget what his list was. But this is what Ryan Clark said. He's taking Matthew Stafford, Brock Purdy, Baker Mayfield, Dak Prescott, Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts, Caleb Williams, Jordan Love, and Jared Goff. I'll repeat that list. Stafford, Purdy, Mayfield, Prescott, Jaden Daniels, Hurts, Williams, Jordan Love, Jared Goff.
I can name at least 3 or 4 on that list. I said I can name at least 3 or 4 on the list that I have Sam Darnold.
I'm probably going to only take Stafford and maybe Jalen Hurts because he's been there a couple of times. Like I'm not taking Brock Purdy over Sam Darnold. Like I'm not taking Baker Mayfield over him. Dak? What? Jaden Daniels? I get the love affair with Jaden Daniels as for Redskins fans. But they were 2-5 last year before he got hurt. It's not like he was like he had a sophomore slump. Like he was like give it a minute, dude. He's played like 25 games. Caleb Williams, I mean, probably long run, it seems like Caleb Williams can be that guy, but not right now. Jordan Love, not right now. Jared Goff, not right now. No. Like these guys always diminish the quarterback. Like these quarterbacks winning the Super Bowl, they don't put up 300 yards. I saw some dude on Twitter, and obviously I went after him. He said we got spoiled with Mahomes and Jalen Hurts putting up like really, elite games in the Super Bowl. No, people just want that. It's the difference between a need and a want. It's like people want like Sam Darnold to throw for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns, so it fits. Like, oh, look, we can talk about that, but you don't need it. He did what he was supposed to do. I've said this time and time again for years. Like his the quarterback position, he just has to make in those games 4 or 5 throws. That's it. And he made those throws when he needed to make them. He did not turn the ball over. The Seahawks did not turn the ball over the entire playoffs, which is insane. Insane. Like fucking Sam Darnold, man. What does he have to do? You know what I mean? Like, it's like I would take only Stafford and probably Jalen Hurts over him. I hate when they do that. Like Baker Mayfield, Dak Prescott.
He hasn't done anything. I know they haven't done anything.
That was more than half the teams in the NFC, and I didn't even see his AFC list. I can't imagine what that's. He probably took all of them, but
exactly.
Shit like that bothers me.
Yeah. So one last thing I do want to close it out because Steven did bring this up. So Kenneth Walker, or AKA K9, he's under contract. He had a 4-year, $8.4 million rookie contract with the Seahawks. He signed that in July 26, 2022, and it expires when? March 2026, aka this summer. So he's about to get some decent money. The Seahawks are going to retain him. For anyone that doesn't know, Seahawks are not going to let that go. You can't, because keep him and Zach Charbonnet together. Some people are saying on the market he will be able to get a 4-year, $33.5 million contract.
Whoa.
Again, he does have injuries. So I don't want to end up not putting that out there, because some people in the comments last week were like, you guys are forgetting that he's been injury ridden. Yeah, but look at Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. You can pay them both, and then they can both do well. You'd rather have them both out there the whole time, because if one gets injured, the other one's going to flourish in the playoffs, just like what happened now.
And like we said before, this is like, you have that, you got to keep Darnold, Kenneth Walker, and JSN together.
Yeah,
like you have
100%.
exactly what you need. You have exactly what you need, and just keep building around them. And they have an elite defense too, which people are gonna it's just like it's like the second window for them. Like they're gonna want to get guys to come in there and free agents, all that kind of stuff. So I would love to see Seattle go on a little run here and build a second little dynasty and maybe get a couple more Super Bowls in there.
100%.
So
I'm gonna switch gears.
McDonald, fucking 30. What? He's 38.
He's young. Yeah.
Dude. Again, you gotta be a crazy person to be a 38-year-old head coach and win the Super Bowl. Well, you gotta be a little psychotic and like a genius too.
Him and McVay
crazy.
Some of the youngest ones to end up doing it. I'll never understand how they end up doing it, but good for them.
I also think the Raiders are gonna be really good too. I think what's his name is gonna be. He's also in like that weirdo mentality type of thing.
Yep.
I mean, obviously, just coming from Seattle,
Yeah. So I want to use this time to end up switching gears now. We end up talking about a lot of what happened in the Super Bowl and the fight that the Seahawks had, but we got to go to what happened, because, man, they came to play and everything. Couple of things. Number one, Club 520 with Jeff Teague and Zaire Franklin had their shit that happened that morning. And then that evening, it just went off. It started with the Pistons and then the Hornets. Then after that, you had the Timberwolves and the Hawks. Then you had Colin Sexton just flicking off the basketball hoop. And he got fined a decent amount of money. And then they just came down. Sham said what the suspensions are. I'm going to say the suspensions. Then we'll go into the fight. It's less than what I expected. For starters, I thought Isaiah's for all of them, except Jalen Duren.
All right. Oh, wait. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess. Let me guess. For Isaiah Stewart.
Yeah.
10.
Wrong. You're super close though. Less. Yeah.
What? 6. He's only a 6-game suspension.
A little higher.
Oh, David Stern is rolling in his grave right now, dude. David Stern would have kicked him out of the league. He got what?
Yes.
6 games.
7.
Bro, that's
He came off the bench.
Bro, my man he came off the bench with his ice pack still on his knee.
Ice packs on and everything. He didn't even take off his gear. He just kept it on and just went out
games, there. David Stern would have kicked him out of the league, dude.
100%. So I did a show yesterday, right after it happened. I said, oh, he's easily getting like close to 25 games.
For sure.
I thought he was about to get 25, 30 games, just call him out for the rest of the season. Even that. No. Next one, Miles Bridges.
I mean, I'm gonna say 4.
You're right. 4 games. Okay. Next one, Musa Diabate.
4.
Yes. Okay. You're catching on now. Final one, Jalen Duren.
Ooh. 5.
No, less.
2.
Yes, he got 2. So they're saying that partially he probably got 2 because he's in the All-Star game and they wanted to find out a way to make sure he could still be in the All-Star game. They want to make sure he could still get a max contract and still be eligible for a lot of the stuff.
Did you see? I'm sure you saw all the angles I saw. He was like, he had that thing cocked back.
He was ready.
Wait, everything. He would have lost it all. Yeah. If he would have landed that punch, dude, no, his career would have been done.
Yeah. So you could tell he definitely knew that if he connected at all, everything was right.
What is Isaiah Stewart doing?
But so here's the other part that I didn't know. So Jalen Duren and Musa Diabate played together in high school.
Yep.
So they're saying this goes back much farther than a lot of people end up realizing. Video? When they put, he was talking shit back then too.
Talking shit as they were walking up the court. Yeah.
So this has been something that's been boiling for a minute.
I mean, Jalen put his whole hand in that man's face and just
that's
pushed him.
Disrespectful.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
Oh man.
So that part happened. The other part is Miles Bridges' comments. People were going off on him
Come on, bro.
because he was talking about grabbing hair and stuff, and they're like, "You got to be the last person
Come
that
on,
says
bro.
anything
Yeah. Read the
about
room.
this."
This is not your time.
Yeah, exactly. So then the other fight that happened was Nasri. I don't consider it a fight. I told this to people the other day. It was Nasri to Moge.
Yeah.
Because there were no hands that were thrown. It was just basically you ripping each other's jerseys at
Mm-hmm.
that point. So for me, I know it wasn't the case, but you would have thought that somebody basically said, "All right, everyone fight tonight," because there had to have been something in the water at that point.
The Pistons one was like a legit. Not. I'm not gonna say brawl because like that's ridiculous to say, but it wasn't the Malice
Yeah,
at the Palace, but it was like this was a good one. This was an entertaining one. It
yeah,
was good. I'll take it. The NBA needs that, man.
yes,
They need that fucking shit.
100%. So now they're
They
saying this
need
is going
someone.
to be
They need
hyping
someone to
up.
go in the stands and start beating the shit out of the fans someday. We need that
Yeah,
again.
imagine if that ever happened
We
again.
need that one more time.
Like there is, and like now we go to games and stuff. You see that what they did back in the day, Jesus, like anything could
Oh,
have happened. I do
these
want to take
kids
this
like
moment.
I was like these kids don't know anything about the Malice at the Palace. What a night.
No, absolutely not. That was years ago too. And they're saying, all right, you got some of that blood that's back out there. Isaiah Stewart, for everyone that doesn't know, this man just does this on the regular. He's done it to
Yeah.
LeBron. He was just in some stuff with Jonas Valanciunas not too long
Yep.
ago
Yep.
as well. But we have All-Star Weekend this weekend. We brought up the Rising Stars before. I'm going to go through the names, and Steven, you're just going to end up choosing one. I'll choose one. Doesn't really matter that much. No, because I don't know how many of these different events we're going to watch. The first one we have is the 3-point contest, and it's going. All this is going to be on NBC and Peacock. 3-point contest. My brother actually had to bring up one of the names because I was so confused. People in it: it's Devin Booker, Con Knipple, Damian Lillard, Tyrese Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, Jamal Murray, Bobby Portis, Norman Powell. Number one, I thought Damian Lillard was injured.
Yeah. Isn't he out? Did he tear his Achilles?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did. Okay.
So he's still there. Who would you choose?
I'm gonna go Con Knipple.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
solid. He's on a good track this year as
He
well.
is. Yeah.
Um, if I had to guess, it's gonna sound crazy, but I'm going Norman Powell.
That's fair.
And
Yeah. All right.
I feel
I'll give you
we've
that.
had Norman Powell in a 3-point contest before, and he did well.
I'll give you
The
that.
next one, I don't necessarily think I really care, but we'll bring it up. The Kia Shooting Stars. So they're bringing this one back for whatever it's worth. There's 4 teams. The first one is Team All Star. That is Scotty Barnes, Richard Hamilton, and Chet Holmgren. The next team is Team
You say
Knicks.
Richard Hamilton?
Yep, Richard Hamilton.
Like Rip Hamilton?
Legend, Rip Hamilton.
Whoa. Okay.
Team Knicks, Jalen Brunson, Allen Houston, Karl Anthony Towns. Team Cameron, I don't know why, Con Knipple, Corey Maggette, and Jalen Johnson. Team Harper, yes, you guessed it. Dylan Harper, Ron Harper Sr., Ron Harper Jr.
Jeez.
Are you choosing anyone?
I'll go. Sure, I'll go with the Harpers, dude. Whatever. Just get me out of here. Just get me out. I'm done with this.
I'm going with the Knicks. Going into the last event that we have, I'm not watching this one. I'll be honest. There's no reason for me to watch the slam dunk contest. We have Carter Bryant from the San Antonio Spurs, Jackson Hayes from the Lakers, Kashad Johnson from the Heat, and Jace Richardson from the Magic.
Jackson Hayes.
Exactly. That's
Sure.
really how I feel.
Why not?
I'll go with Kashad Johnson just for the hell of it. So that's the main thing on that side. I do want to end up just making sure we got that out the way because that is happening. I texted Steven about this earlier today when he asked, all right, what are some of the topics? And one of them that I brought up, and I want Steven's perspective on this because it is something that people have started to bring up more and more. The Cleveland Cavaliers in 2026 and 2027. I'm also saying this because this is probably one of the biggest risks I was thinking about. Fuck the Jacks. But we've all seen James Harden has been traded to the Cavaliers, doing well. Jared Allen's having a great year. Evan Mobley's about to come back. You have Donovan Mitchell that's there. There's one piece that is missing that they're still trying to figure out. LeBron James are starting to hear a lot of things that are happening with the Lakers. They're saying maybe that time is over. They're saying that's clearly going to be Luka's team. And then you also have Austin Reeves. Do you think there's a chance that in this offseason, because LeBron will be a free agent, LeBron stays with the Lakers or finishes it off, does 1 year with the Cavs?
Oh man. Um, if you would have asked me 6 months ago, I probably would have said he stays with the Lakers. Um, I mean, nothing surprises me in the NBA. Um, like, they would have to give up a lot. The Cavs would, right? Is he still worth that?
Free
I
agent.
guess. They
Yeah.
probably give up one of the big men. Do you, like, trade Donovan Mitchell? Like, I don't know. I don't, no. I'm gonna say no. I don't see it happening.
Okay. You think he's
No,
going to end up staying?
yeah, because like, how many more years does he got left? Right? It's not like he's in
Yeah, for like
year.
one or
It's not
two.
like he's in year like 14 or 15. Like, it's gonna be year 20, 21, right?
Yeah.
Which is crazy. So no, I can't see him like starting over and like trying to put together 4 more years, right? I can't see it happening. So I'm gonna say he stays in LA.
Okay. So I said that because I'm probably going to end up getting season tickets for the Cleveland Cavaliers and just
Mm,
bank on that he ends up going there.
sure.
I've heard 4 or 5 different people saying, "Oh, I could really see LeBron just finish his career in Cleveland." That would
Mm.
it is too good to be true. They have a decent team. It really probably depends on how far the Cavaliers go this year. If the Cavaliers
They look
go to the
good.
Eastern Conference Finals, exactly. They go to the Eastern Conference Finals and people start to say they're that one piece away. I could see them trying to just write it off this year. LeBron going back to the East, him and Bronny just going back there because Bronny's the
Mm.
same as Giannis at this point. Wherever Giannis
Yeah.
goes, that's where Giannis goes. Yeah, they're just going to go together. So that's why I wanted to bring this up. I do have like 10 to 20% of me feels they could really end up having LeBron go back to the Cavaliers. My other part of bringing this up is they're really hoping and praying that LeBron could just stay around because there is no face of the league once LeBron's gone. Like I look at the league right now, there's nobody that they say Ja had a chance. Ja's
Mhm.
value is worth, I don't know, a couple of marbles at this point.
Mhm.
Respectfully to him, Zion Williamson was
Respectfully.
another one they thought it isn't the case. Anthony Edwards was another one. He's there, but it's just really tough. He just really wants to play basketball at this point. And they want it to be an American. They don't really want it to be Nikola Jokic or Victor Wembanyama or Luka. They really want an American that can be the face of the league for years to come.
Yeah, there's
So,
just like once Steph, LeBron, KD are done, even like James Harden, like
mhm,
there's just no one that anyone can attach themselves to.
I
Like
know.
there's no like when you talk about LeBron, Durant, and Steph, and guys like that, guys that are on the like redeem team, like Kobe and those dudes, like you're talking about like all time top 10 type of players. Steph,
Yeah.
like there's no Steph Curry's. Like we're talking like we had a run of like in our lifetime, when you think about it, we had a run of like elite, like all time great players. Now, some of these guys might get there. Like Wemby seems like I mean, he's international, but like he's a guy that like the people can attach themselves to and like follow along, and hopefully he becomes one of the greats. But like there's like I feel like there's not like you can't pinpoint a player right now. Maybe like Luca, I guess, but like he's not really like a face of the league type of guy. People, I guess. But I feel like we had so many of those like elite players. And when Durant, LeBron, and Steph go, yeah, we're fucked.
We don't really have it. Yeah, exactly. So that's something, again, we'll put on the list of topics that we have to end up bringing up as the season continues. The part I want to bring up with you now is off-season topics. So usually in previous off seasons, we talk about various different things. Steven will either come up with different topics, we'll leave it out with different things. So that's really what we want to end up doing here again. I know in the past, Steven and I have just talked about different artists and stuff like that. We've then talked about different things we like to end up doing, certain sporting events. But do you have any certain topics you'd be interested in hearing from chat, but also us deliberating and talking about this off season?
Um, I mean, we can dive into like music, movies a little more. Like do like top 5 movies or top 5 rap albums of all time, like, shit like that. That's always a good topic. Um, yeah, just shit like that. This is like random, or like we have a segment like what pisses me off the most. Like I love doing that. Love talking about that. Um, I love doing that. Yeah, we can just like the top 5 things always fun.
Yeah.
So but like that's what I'm saying. We said it last week. Like the chat can give us like whoever's listening can throw out. All right, next week we're gonna do like our top 5 like fast food joints. Top 5,
Mhm.
you know, things college wise. I don't fucking know. People throw out random shit. But I feel like that should be a focus. A top 5 list, a
Yeah.
random ass top 5 list every single week.
Yeah. So we'll throw it out to the homies on Twitter and we'll see what they end up saying. We have a couple of things that we're going to talk about right now. So the first one, and it segues into the what you got. So, Steven, what you got for everybody?
Nothing. Told you about the gym. Mason starts flag football this weekend. Gonna have some stories about that. My man was in the goal last night for soccer. Fucking 3
Damn.
saves, big night. Yeah, whatever. I'll have a story next week from the chaperone, obviously. But what you got? Your Panera story, right?
Yep. So it's a funny story because so I'm going to use acronyms, but everyone that knows me knows exactly who it is that I'm talking about. So in December, I received 3 gift cards from a person. We'll call her Mrs. W. So Mrs. W gave me 3 Panera gift cards because they said,
Nope.
Christian, like you're always like busy and doing things. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I was saying,
Yeah.
whoa, three Panera gift cards.
Yeah. They were all $10.
Nope.
So I was like, all right, cool, bet. I don't usually go to Panera all the time, but this is definitely helpful because just random times. So I used the first one, cool, got like some, I don't know, Asiago Bagel chicken sandwich.
Okay.
Did that one. And then it was probably like 2 weeks ago. It was a week and a half ago. And I was at home. I said, all right, you know what? This is perfect. I didn't make anything for breakfast. I'm going to use this gift card and I'm just going to plug it in. I'll go pull up on Panera and
Yep.
get it. I plugged it in 4 times and it just kept saying invalid, invalid. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, why is it invalid? And I said, nah, I'm about to call him. So I said, let me just read all the fine print and stuff like that. And it still didn't work. I don't know if you all could see that. It says January 1st.
Oh, damn, bro. It's expired. No, that is the worst. Dog. That is the worst.
So my mind is already set on Panera. At this point,
man.
I can't say I'm not going to get it because I'm still wanted. Everything around my whole morning was focused on getting Panera.
Panera Bread.
So I still had to go. And the crazy part is, remember, I told you I had 3. I only used 1. Your boy still got 2 that I can never use.
Damn, bro. That sucks. 20 bones of Panera gift cards out down the drain.
Yes.
What'd you get though?
So
Did you go to Panera?
Yeah. The one time I got the Asiago Bagel chicken sandwich
right,
or whatever they have in the morning. Other 2 I didn't use. I could never tell Mrs. W that I didn't use them. So we just got to end up
That
keeping that a
sucks.
secret between us and the chat. Yeah. So that was the first one. The other what you got to actually have is so I told a lot of people yesterday on the show and then last week that we were going to make sure to focus. I was going to focus a lot more on the show and the subscribers, and we were going to make sure to continue to grow it. So I have to give a big shout out to Steven because he was the main one that came up with the ticker down low. And that's something that I know I have it in me to work on it, craft it. And it's something that we'll just keep pushing forward with. We'll start to get the logo up there. We'll get it on the side, but it'll continue to just help different things with us grow with the channel. My other thing is maybe we'll start to get intro music and stuff like that towards the summer, late summer. I'll probably bring in like an editor to help with some of this because right now it's been us chopping it up and putting it online. And the views are really there. A big thing for us has honestly been the shorts. So between the shorts and then Steven bringing up the tickers at the bottom, it's really just going to help make the show better. Crazy how after 4 to 5 years, we're at this point. So who can only imagine what's going to continue to happen going forward. But next week, we will have no All-Star game, no Super Bowl. So it'll be straight off-season topics and just random basketball stuff. But until then, we out.
Peace.